Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Speaking to you from London. I've been here for a couple of weeks running some workshops and really planting some beautiful seeds for some future things to happen. And I want to talk to you today about shamanism. So it's a term that brings up a lot of things for different people. And I kind of want to give you like my take on it and why I am so connected to it and what I feel the work brings to us and brings to people. So shamanism is kind of a term for ancient wisdom, that was spread across the planet hundreds of thousands of years ago, and that different tribes, if you want, around the world, all connected to this form of practice in their own unique way, but they all had a similar kind of understanding of how we exist in, let's say, two forms at the same time, which is the visible, real form of matter, but also the form of light and energy and consciousness. Now this understanding is now being completely backed up by science, the understanding that we exist both in light form and matter form. So there's these two worlds in a way that exist, and there's a veil between the two. And shamanism helps us bridge the gap between these two worlds. So rather than just exist on one physical, dense reality, we also exist in this other reality, which is as energy, as consciousness. And through shamanic practices, we ground in both worlds. So it's not about being in one or the other, it's about grounding in both worlds. So it's about really dropping into the body, dropping into our physical reality, into our breath, into the emotions, into everything that we're experiencing here and now. But at the same time, it's about really grounding in this other dimensions, in our energy, in our consciousness, and being able to access information and healing and so much beauty and magic from this other kind of side of ourselves as well. So that, in a nutshell, is what shamanism is. It's about really being able to bridge the two and to have one foot solidly planted, if you want, in both worlds. So, shamans of old, and of course modern day shamans, of which there are lots, popping up all over the place. So shamans of old knew what the role of, in a way, the tribe and the ritual and the ceremony was. They completely understood through their connection with the spirits of nature, the forces of nature, the animal kingdom, Mother Earth, the planet. They knew, they had all of this beautiful wisdom, because the wisdom is here accessible to us through this kind of other world, through this tuning into the energy, the consciousness of the planet, of everything around us. We can do that. And it's quite amazing what you can get when you do that. Life really changes when you start to explore this other dimension of yourself. Really, everything opens up. A lot more flow, a lot more creativity, a lot more clarity, a lot more connection to the rest of the world just automatically happens. So shamans of old knew what the purpose of this was. So they came together, these tribes, through ritual, through ceremony. They completely understood that we, us beings, are symbiotically connected to each other and to the earth. A bit like our body. Our body is made up of trillions of cells. Okay, it's like we are a community of cells coming together, and also a community of cells that are non-human. Someone once told me that there are more cells in our body that are non-human than our human cells. So we are actually like this community of cells and also foreign cells living together as one and moving together as one and being, through consciousness, one single entity. And the same thing happens with the world. There's this understanding through science, through all these ancient practices as well, through this ancient wisdom, that we are symbiotically connected to the world. So we are with this one. At the same time, yes, we are separate. I have a body, you have a body. I can touch the earth, I can't go through the earth. There is a separation, but that is only, in a way, an illusion of light, of consciousness. Okay, we are symbiotically connected as one to the earth, in a way, and us. We are one body. And in ancient times, they knew that. So they had this beautiful connection with, nature, the forces of nature, life. And now we have this ability to reconnect to this and to even enhance it through all this understanding we have through our technology, through the methods of communication that we have, to really create this beautiful return in a way to this ancient wisdom and way of being and understanding of our symbioticness. And so yes, so what I wanted to say. So tribes would go through ritual, through ceremony, in order to harmonize themselves. They would go through periods, through healing, through sessions, through talking, through moving, through dancing, through whatever came to them, occurred to them, through working with energy. These tribes, these shamans, would harmonize themselves and help harmonize the tribe, so help move people through trauma, through disease, through things that they had happened to them. So they harmonize themselves, and through harmonizing themselves and the community and the tribes, in turn, they helped harmonize the whole system, so the whole world. Okay, so the only way for us to harmonize this planet that we are part of, not just that we live on, but we are symbiotically connected to, the only way for us to reharmonize it and for it to come back to its thriving potential, come back, but return to how it used to be in a way, or even enhance it, is for us to do our own work. Because if we keep thinking that we're separate to this world and that we need to heal the world and help the world and stop all these other people doing their bad work, we're looking at ourselves, we're not harmonizing in ourselves, and so the earth cannot harmonize. So the only way for me, my understanding, current understanding, which of course can change, for us to harmonize the world and to change the health of the world, this planet that we live on, is to do our own work. And for me, shamanism is the doorway. This understanding and its magic and this connection that people experience, this instant connection to themselves, to the world, to something a lot bigger than themselves, this instant connection to the whole that happens through this kind of practice and this work, for me, is the doorway. So, if you feel a call, if you feel that this resonates with you, I feel it's time to invite you to explore this. And there's infinite ways for you to explore this. There's books, there's workshops, there's stuff on YouTube, but I really feel the call to invite you to just explore and open up to this. And of course, one of the ways might be to come to some alignment workshops, which are very rooted in shamanism. And those are now going to happen in the next few months all over. So, of course, London, as usual, and of course, Crete. But I'm also planning one in Brussels, end of August, and Vienna in November, and sometime in Lisbon, probably January next year, as well as some workshops in Athens. So there's a chance for you to come together to explore this work and to deepen the journey that we're all on together, and to really explore our symbioticness through the pleasure, through the joy of being. Thank you for listening, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.